guys, so today I'm going to be starting my next project. Super exciting. I just finished my two-piece set and now I'm ready to jump into my purple sweater, which I'll be making with this acrylic. I love this yarn and this purple mohair. And once I'm done with this mohair, I got two balls of it. Got two balls of it once I'm done with these. I don't know the next time I'll buy mohair. Because working with the mohair for my skirt, this skirt, that is complete. There's just mohair everywhere. I'm finding mohair in my dreams. I'm finding it across my pillows, my blankets, my shirt. It's just everywhere. I don't like that. So when I'm done with this, I'll be done. Now, I want to make a sweater. How I plan to make the sweater, that's for me to figure out right now. So I've been thinking about it and I'm like, maybe I want to do like a raglan, or I'm like, do I do panels? I don't know. I'm gonna try to do a raglan. Last time I tried to make anything with raglan, it was made with I think it's Lily Sugar and Cream's cotton yarn. I didn't like it. I also didn't use the right measurements, so it was, I think it was too small by like a little bit, and that was also for a shirt. So I'm gonna look for a tutorial on how to do a raglan and see if I like how they look, and if I don't, I'll figure out how I want to make the sweater, because I'm like, easily make a sweater by just putting two panels together and stitching the sleeves together and then creating the neckline afterwards, or starting from the neckline and go down. It doesn't seem that hard to like make one. It's just like what design and style I want it to look like. I know that it's gonna be striped with this and the mohair. That's the only real design elements that I'm like, it has to have that or nothing. But other than that, I'm like, it's a sweater. It's just a long sleeve, so we'll see. Once I get started, and maybe I'll show you a bit of the process. Not 100% sure, because I'm gonna be watching YouTube videos and watch a lot of anime and go to sleep. So I'm not sure if I'll come back on today, but if I do, you'll see. And if not, I'll show you tomorrow's progress. So here's a small update on my sweater. I have started. I decided to go with the raglan method. Like, I told you I tried making a raglan before, and I remember they had that freaking gap. Like, I feel like everything people make with crochet, they always make it with a freaking gap, because they're like, oh, you chain one and then you crochet into the gap. But I'm like, but it looks like a little gap, so I don't like how that looks. So I was like, I learned how to crochet single granny squares, like solid granny squares, without having that thing, those lines in the corner. I actually never learned how to do the one that has the thing in the corner for a solid granny square. I've only learned the one where it doesn't. So I was like, with that technique, I should be able to eliminate the corner in like literally any project. So that's what I did. Instead of crocheting the corners by crocheting one, chaining, and then crocheting the two, just making two stitches and a chain in there, I was like, just put 3 stitches in there. And then every time you're going into the next row, just put it in the middle stitch, the pointy stitch. And yeah, it did exactly what I thought it would do. Created that raglan effect. So, and also where I started, my thing was right by one of the corners. So I was like, thankfully this should be the back. This is gonna be the back. This is gonna be the front. How many rows am I in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm at 11 rows in. It is quite small still. So I'm gonna get cozy and keep going. I'm not gonna start adding the mohair until we get to the body. There's no reason to have mohair up here. Just gonna start adding when I get to the body. I'm hoping that I'll be able to use both the balls like completely. Like I'm like thinking about the skirt and I'm like, the skirt was pretty wide and each ball was able to do 5 rows. So I'm like pretty sure I'll be able to get like, once I get to the body it should be a lot wider, and then also putting some in the sleeves. So I'm like hopefully, because I do not want to have no leftover more here. I already have this leftover and this. Oh, tingle. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and this leftover mohair, which I did start making into a little bow last night. I'm gonna work on that. I don't know when I will work on it. Maybe it'll be my next in-between project. Okay, so an update. Yesterday I didn't update on my progress, but yesterday I was able to finish 1 skein of yarn. So I was very happy. And today, so far, I was finally able to start the body. So 1 skein got me up to like 26 rows, I believe. And then I started the second skein at 26. So this is how much I've gotten done. I started adding the mohair. I don't know. I think it looks fine, but it also looks weird to me, but it is what it is. Also, this is how much of the first ball of mohair is left. So I'm thinking this will definitely do 1 more row, but after that, I don't know. But got my second one here, so I've only done 3 rows so far. And right now this next row is an acrylic round. This is how much I have of my second skein of yarn. I think my goal for tonight is to finish the mohair. That's an easy goal, right? To finish this much mohair. I would say to finish a skein, but to be honest, I have other things I want to do for the rest of the night. So I'm like, that while I'm crocheting, that's my crochet goals for tonight. And let me show you how much. Oh, also, I'm loving how that since you know it's in the round, how that is coming together, because it's coming together on the diagonal. So like I said, this is gonna be the back and this is the front, and I love it. Oh, I also stopped using the stitch markers at one point and just kept going because it was easy to tell where it was without the stitch markers anyway. So I was like, eh. So some of them are inside, some of them are on the outside. It's interesting. Let me give you a quick little try on since it's not that far down. I'm thinking of making it like a turtle neck, especially since it's already up here, just adding like a small little ribbing around it and it should be good to go. But I'm like, yeah, so far it's only up to here, so like I still got to work through my bust. But yeah, the thing is, I don't know how the sleeves are gonna look. I'm pretty sure obviously just gonna work in the round, but I've obviously never made a raglan, especially like I started one before but I didn't like it, so I never made it to the point of doing the sleeves. So I am intrigued by how that's gonna work out for me, so I'm excited to continue. I don't know if I like fully love the fit, but at the same time like it because I wanted it to be a little bit more oversized, but that would require me undoing the body rows and then adding more, and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. It fits. It's just gonna be more of a closer fit than I originally wanted, but that's fine. If I ever choose to make another sweater, I'll start with the larger chain, I guess, because this chain was what, 76 or 74. It was like it was a number that was divisible by 4 because it was whatever 19 times 4 is. That's how many chains I did to start with. But yeah, this is my progress. I'm gonna continue. Hope I get a decent amount done, and then I'll move on to my other things I want to do at home, like sorting out my laundry, getting rid of all of my packages and all that jazz. Well, I got comfortable, and that first ball of mohair only lasted till it almost made it to the end of the 4th row. So I only have 4 rows of mohair from one ball. I don't know if you can see it. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna tie on this baby, and it looks like I'll only be able to do 8 more rows and then I'll be done with this. So I'm like, wow, I actually think I'll just finish this ball of mohair before I go relax, because that finished a little quicker. I thought I'd at least get 5 rows, but 4 or almost 4, I guess it's good enough. But I still think that's crazy. I'm like, wow, here I am, like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna crochet for a long time, but for a little time. I don't know if I'm gonna do, I'm like, I probably can do all 4 tonight, like 4 mohair rows tonight, which would be 8 rows because I do an acrylic row in between. But like, it's coming together nicely. I do want to see what it looks like after I'm done with the next 8 rows. Also, it's pretty hard finding the center. Okay, we're almost there. Pulling and pulling and pulling, and that's the thing, all this pulling is just making particles. These just fly all over the place, which is why I'm like, no more mohair. Like, you watch videos, you see people crocheting with mohair, and you're like, oh my gosh, so cool, it looks so nice. And then you actually do it yourself, and it sucks. But one thing I did learn is, or one thing I've been doing, not learning, is I've been using my 5mm to crochet the mohair rows, just because my 3.75 keeps getting like stuck in a way that's like makes it so that I can't can barely crochet the row. So I was like, okay, switch to a bigger hook to work on the mohair rounds, which is why like they low-key look a little longer. I don't know if anyone else can tell, but this first mohair row I did with this one, but then after that I was like, ooh, I'm struggling. So the other 3 are with the 5mm, so I'm like, this definitely looks longer than this one. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, that's an interesting development. Also a little bit more maybe it's just that one spot that's a little bit more see-through. But yeah, hopefully once I'm done. Also, what I'm really hoping is I'm pretty sure mohair is one of those yarns that you're supposed to hand wash and yada yada yada, but I'm like, I don't have time to be hand washing anything. Like, yeah. That's just, in this day and age, No, so I'm really hoping that because it's a blend of mostly acrylic and only such a little bit of mohair that like over time the mohair can stand up. I think if it was something made entirely of mohair that I'd be more willing to hand wash it, but I'm like, it's not made entirely of mohair, so why the heck should I be forcing myself to hand wash it? Like, that's how I feel about this and the skirt, because the skirt also has a whole bunch of acrylic in it, so I'm like, I can machine wash the acrylic. I don't need to hand wash it, which is what I hope. We'll see. Only time will tell, and hopefully time tells me good things, because I'm not in the mood to be disappointed and upset. But yeah, and also don't like crocheting into the mohair. Like, again, it's the pulling. It's just been a pain, this whole process. I'm like, thankfully, because now I'm like, oh, the mohair only does 4 rows. 8 more rows and I'm done, right? Like, I don't know how long it'll take me to do 8 rows. I think I'm gonna keep time. So I'm starting at what? It's 9:50 now that I'm doing about to start the next 4 rows. So I'm like, okay, I'll see how long it takes me to get through that. Maybe if I do get through it tonight, then I will come back and give you an update. If not, I'll give you an update tomorrow. But it does, I'm hoping that this means that I'm making good progress. Like, since I started the body today and everything, I'm hoping that means I'm making good progress towards my goal of getting this finished by Thursday. I'm also like, man, I really want to edit these videos. I haven't edited not a single one. And I'm like, this is still not even the first video in the queue. So I'm like, by the time this one gets uploaded, if I do upload them at all, it'll be like, who knows when. So I gotta go through, edit the footage from December, and try to get that up. And then the last one that I did about the Valentine's, I really wanted to get that up by Valentine's Day, but hey man, I didn't. So we'll see we'll see what actually gets uploaded in the first place. We shall see. But it is interesting, to say the least. That also, this has also been going a lot faster now that I split out from the sleeves. I'm like, thank goodness. But I can't wait to get started on the sleeves, because once the sleeves are done, you're basically done, because you can wear it. I just have to crochet the cuffs and the border around the collar. I still don't know. I'm gonna do like a little short ribbing. And also, I'm really happy because now I know for sure that the mohair will be, all the purple mohair is going to be used in this project, so I won't have to worry about that. After I'm done with this project, I'm going to use this up making, I started making a little bow, but I still think this is too wide, so I think I'm gonna undo it and maybe cut it down by like 2 stitches and then go all the way up, and we'll see. I'm like, this is all that's left, so I'm like, I hope it can make a decent size bow, because I'd like to having 2 would be cool. I'm also thinking about using these to make a granny square headband that's like a heart. Just make a few hearts and then use the white as the border. But we'll see how that goes. That's just something that I'm like, that might be a good way to use that yarn, since I don't really have anything to do with that yarn. And then I have those 3 Karen Blossom cakes in the color Azula, I think that's what it's called. It's this pinkish blend. I I had an idea earlier of what I wanted to do with that. I was thinking of making another set, but like instead of a cardigan this time, just shorts and a little top, like a really small top. One of those tops that like they tie at the front, just little sleeves and ties at the front. I don't even know if you would call it a top, but it's something you'd wear mainly at like in the summer, in the beach, to the beach, over a little dress, a spaghetti strap dress, stuff like that. But I'm not 100% sure yet if that's what I want to do with that yarn, because a part of me is also like, just buy another cake and you could make yourself another cardigan. But I'm like, I have so many cardigans and I am gonna be wearing them a lot once March comes around the corner, but still, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I have to figure out what I want to do with that yarn, because I'm like, I know I want to make something with it. I'm excited to make something with it. I'm actually happy I even decided to make this, because I had no idea what I was going to do with the purple yarn when I bought it. I was just like, oh, I bought purple mohair. I should buy purple acrylic yarn to match. And that's the only reason I ended up buying the purple acrylic yarn. So I'm glad that I bought enough that I'll definitely be able to finish the sweater comfortably. I think I might, based on how the yarn usage is going so far. I feel like I might have some of the fourth skein left after I complete the sweater, but we'll see, because I don't know how much it's gonna take to complete the rest of the arms. And then I also wonder how it's gonna look like once I steam it, because I think I would definitely steam this, and I should steam the other cardigan. I'll probably, oh yeah, the last video, I also am gonna be re-recording the outro at some point whenever I feel like it, so, because the outro that's currently in there I don't like, so we'll also see how that goes, because boy oh boy. And also I think it just might depend on the project. Like for this project, for example, I can't really look away from it as much as I would like to. I feel like when I was making the hexagon cardigan, I could like watch anime and sub and like relax and enjoy life. Things that have like double crochet, like just straight across double crochets, I could like maybe watch something that's not in English. But with this, I'm having, even though they're half double crochets, it's like because of the mohair, I'm like having to make sure I'm putting it into the right stitch, like that I'm putting one in each and that I'm not skipping any, because to me not all the V's look proper at the top, so it's like I can't just not look. I have to look to make sure I'm putting it in the right place. I'm like, such a pain. And then when I'm working with the mohair, I also gotta look, because I gotta make sure that I'm pulling it at the right spot, that it's not going, you know. So feels like I have to really look down at this project so far. I don't think when I was doing this part I had to look down nearly as much, but for this part right now, definitely having to look down. Super annoying. But anyway, I'll be back with an update later if I finish the next 8 rows and finish this ball of mohair tonight. It's a quick little check-in because I was actually not gonna check in today. I'm on my 3rd ball of yarn, pretty deep in there, and I have finished the body of my sweater. So now I'm gonna move on to start working on the arms, which I'm excited about. My goal of finishing by Thursday, I don't know if I'll be accomplishing that, but I'll definitely be finished by Sunday, which is a different kind of goal. Yeah, so because tomorrow's Thursday and I still have 2 sleeves to do, and it usually takes I don't know, I've never timed it how many hours it takes, but it takes a long time. Yesterday I did finish What did I finish? I can't remember what I finished yesterday, but I know like I finished all the mohair yesterday, and I can't remember if I came back on and said anything because I know I was going to, and then I was like, yeah, I'm tired. And then I did well, whatever from this stitch marker to down here, I definitely did today. Now, do I think I did maybe 2 rows earlier, or 2 or 3 rows today as well before the stitch marker? Probably. The stitch marker was to check if this little seam was going straight, because I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like it's going straight from like up here from the armpit area. But that's why I tested out my theory, because where the stitch marker is and where this last stitch is, it's slightly like, it's this way. It's not this way, it's this way. So yeah, it's not straight. And I was excited because I was like, oh my gosh, if it works and if it's straight, then I'm gonna take these pants and I'm gonna undo them and whatnot. Now I'm like, the technique is not techniquing, so why are you undoing it? I think if I do undo the pant, like that top part of, I would want to do it in single crochets instead of half double crochets, just, or even if I did do it in double, because these are half double crochets and they're pretty, but then again, this also doesn't look super see-through either. Like, it's definitely a little holier. Not really. Like, to be honest, they look pretty much the same to me. Yeah, I probably do these in single crochet because it's, when I put it on, it becomes see-through, and I don't like that. Even with, you know, my jacket and whatnot, I'm like, with the cardigan, I'm like, no, I don't like that. So I'm gonna do them in single, if I do undo it, because I have so many projects on my mind that I'm like, undoing something that's like perfectly fine the way it is, because it's like, if anything, to make it warm, just put a pair of tights underneath and then bam, it's warm, and now it's not see-through either. But yeah, so I really want to finish this sweater, and then after I finish the sweater, I'll start my next project. Now, my next project, I don't know what it's gonna be, because I'm like, I remember saying I wanted to make a headband with this, but like that's a short-term goal. And then I also have 3 skeins of yarn that I was thinking of making another set with, but I didn't know if I wanted, yeah, I still want to make that set. It's gonna be shorts, which is supposed to only take 1 and maybe half a ball yarn, and then the top I want to make is just a little tied together thing that comes to the front with like really short sleeves, and like that should use up the other half. So I'm thinking to start with the top, get that completed, and then I'll know that I can use all the rest of the yarn on the shorts and it won't be a problem. So having matching sets is just, you know, cutesy. Yeah. And I really do like that yarn for sets as well. It's just so comfortable. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for that project, even though that's a summer outfit. Oh, and then I like came up with a bunch of ideas for well, not a bunch of ideas, like 2 ideas. I'm like, there's 2 people's birthday in March, and I'm like, I'd like to make them something, and I'm like, I should make that a video, like a making birthday gifts video. But my only thing is like what to make them, so I gotta like look into different designs that I think they would like, that I can also make or feel comfortable making. I still don't know. Like for half a second I was like, yeah, for my mom was one of the people I was like, yeah, I should make like something with like the sequence kind of yarn, and like, you know, because she's like very girly and like stuff like that. But I was like, what would I make? And anything that does have that sequency kind of yarn. Isn't it like very thin yarn? It's like, so wouldn't it take a lot of time to make that? Which I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see. I got time to think about it. I got until after I'm finished with this sweater. After I'm finished with the sweater, then I'll decide. Because now, like, the one project that I just said with the 2-piece set, that would take a week to make. Honestly, it should only take 4 days. 2 days on the shorts, maybe a day, or 2 days on the top, depending on how busy I am. But it should really only take 4 days. It shouldn't take a whole week. And also, recording all this footage, none of it has been edited yet for months now. So I'm like, by the time I actually start editing and posting things, well, will these dates have passed? Will Valentine's Day have passed? And the outfit's ready, you know? Like, the outfit's ready, the video's filmed, it's just not edited. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens then. Man, I'm looking forward to making things, thinking of different ideas. I'm excited. Oh, also, there was this yarn. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Sorry, I'm using my tripod to hold up my camera. But I was, also, so I was looking up this yarn and I freaking found it after like looking around. It's this yarn. I actually saw it in the store. I went to like a different location, Michael's, than my Michael's, and I saw this one in person. Ooh, wow. I saw this one in person and I thought it was so cute. Like, and I was like, man, like just now I was like, I should have bought it. Like, I was like, I really want to make a hat with that yarn. And of course I didn't buy it because I went there to buy yarn for other projects. So why would I buy yarn for a hat that I didn't need? That color is sold out. Also, the picture online doesn't look as good as my memory. My memory is like, that was such a cute yarn, but looking at the picture, I'm like, not really. But this color is cute. I like it. And I'm still thinking about, oh, I should buy this yarn. Why did I go to the freaking checkout? Because I was like, oh, I'll just have them delivered to me. And they're like, yeah, you can't, the rewards isn't working, and my teacher's coupon isn't working. So I was like, I'm not spending all that money on this yarn when I have a $10 voucher. Come on now. And the yarn, if you saw, was $15 for 2 skeins. It's $15.98. What? And I have a $10 voucher? Why would I buy the yarn right now when my vouchers and all these things are not working? And I also don't need it. So I was like, I'll just leave it in the cart and maybe one day I'll care about it again. Because making a hat, well, I want the hat for myself and it's super easy to make a hat. I also don't really need a hat. I'm also already making myself a hat. It's a 2-tone green bunny hat because I have a 2-tone gray bunny hat, but I want the ears to be longer. And also low-key thinking about not completing that hat because one of the greens in the hat is the yarn that I use for my flowers, and I hot glued a bunch of the actual flower heads onto the stems, and I was like, yeah, you know, I don't really want to go out and buy more of the dark sage green yarn, so I should really just undo that hat. So I'll probably undo that hat and instead make a blue one because I have a bunch of the Karen Simply Soft yarn, a lot of colors, and that's the one I've been using to make hats for myself. So yeah, thinking about, I have 3 types of yellow. It's supposed to be for sunflowers. I have 2 shades of purple, I have a couple of pinks that are obviously for flower heads. I'm gonna eventually get through all that yarn, but I'm thinking for the blue, I'm like, maybe I should make the hat with the two-tone blue, because I do have another shade of green, but that shade of green and the other one that's not the dark sage, I don't think would look good together. I'm like, who's gonna wear that? It's not gonna be me. So I'm gonna frog it. Like, I literally have the base of the hat done, and I was working on the ear, the bunny ears, but now I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new on-the-go project. Like, cause that's the project I keep in my purse, and when I'm in a car as a passenger, I'll crochet and work on it. But yeah, that's not gonna work anymore. I need that dark sage, so I'm gonna find something else, because I'm thinking of making a Valentine's Day bouquet. I have, again, like I said, I already have a bunch of flowers. Like, I already have a bunch of pinks. I just glued together 4 or 5 red roses. I just need to, again, add they're glued onto the stem, so I just need to add the dark sage around it and like make leaves and all that jazz. So I'm like, there's a lot to do with that yarn, so it would be pretty easy to create a Valentine's Day bouquet, because all I want to do is just add some little hearts in there, or some just little theme things, and bam, it's a bouquet, a Valentine's Day bouquet. You got pink, red, and white roses. I have all the roses made already. The pink ones and the white ones already have all parts of them completed. Oh, you know what? Let me give an example. So this is an example of a completed pink rose. See, this is the dark sage I was talking about. I really like this color for the stem. So yeah. I got these white ones completed. The red ones only have the flower and are on the stem, but they don't have this dark sage as around here or on the leaf. So that's what I gotta do. So that would be like an in-between kind of thing. Definitely after I finish the sweater. Last night I just didn't want to work on the sweater, so I ended up being like, I wanted to organize my yarn cart thing more at the top, and there was just a bunch of loose flower heads, so I was like, let me just glue those up and put them in the bucket that has all the flowers in there, and that's what I did. So it's organized, because now it still looks kind of messy because there's just skeins, small skeins of yarn that I caked up that I haven't used, don't really have a use for right now, but eventually I'll find a use for it. But yeah, let me get back to crocheting my sweater. I just wanted to let you know that I'm finished with the body, so it's time to move on to the arms. I'll check in tomorrow because it's late, and actually I probably won't work on the sleeves tonight. I'm probably just gonna go to sleep. So yeah, I will show you an update. I do plan on adding ribbing, but I plan to do it at the end because I want to see how much of this yarn I have, the purple, because I have this plus 1 full skein. I'm like, that should be enough to make the sleeves, but if not, got this white yarn to do the ribbing. So yeah, small update on my sweater. So I think I filmed yesterday, I don't really know, but I have been feeling so uninspired working on the sleeves. Like, I'm like, I did the body perfectly fine, but working on the sleeves, I hate the process. So I've got this much of one sleeve done. It is past my elbows. Just got like, I don't know how many. Actually, let me try it on right now. So I tried it on. I have this much of the sleeve completed. So I think I just need like maybe 10 to 15 more rows. I'm like, honestly, this feels like I am doing single crochet. Like, not gonna lie, but I am doing half double crochet, so whatever. Yeah, but I think I have about 10 more. 10. If I do 10, I think I'm gonna do. We'll see. We'll see what 10 looks like when I'm done. But anyway, I finished that ball of yarn, so I only have one ball of yarn left. I don't feel like getting up to get it right now, especially because I'm just like tired of working in the little rows. Like, I would just pick it up, work on it. I've been working on other things in between. I finished one rose head today. I started a second one because I was in the car, being driven. Or actually, I was also at our appointment, and I was just sitting there waiting, and I was like, let's just start this rose. So I started one there, and then I finished one in the car, driving around. Well, I wasn't driving, I was a passenger, so I was able to work on that. And since I finished that skein, I'm really just like, I want to work on those heart granny squares. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, this yarn is calling to me. It's saying, hey, pick me up and use me, make those granny squares. So I think that's what I'm going to. I might make one because it's late and I don't feel all that great, so I'm like, I'll make one, see what the vibes are, if I really do want a headband, because I'm like, the way I wear my hair most of the time, like, I was able to wear the other headbands I made when it was straight a little bit more than when it's curlies, but we'll see. I'm about to wash my hair tomorrow and style it, so we'll see throughout that week if I do end up wearing a headband, because I'm like, I don't usually wear headbands like with my hair. Like, it doesn't look right. But anyway, it's gonna be it's like a pretty loose sleeve. Also, where is it? I'm like, is it? Yeah, there it is. See right there? This is where I added the ball of yarn to make the rest of the sleeve. And I'm like, I don't know why you can see it. It's weird, because I'm like, normally it would just blend right in seamlessly. So I'm like, I hope that when I steam it, that goes away. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be very upset. But anyway, this is my progress on the sweater. I don't think I will finish by tomorrow, which, well, tomorrow's Saturday. Well, it's technically Saturday today, but tomorrow's when I wake up, it'll be Saturday. I got homework to do, so I don't know how keen I am about working on the sleeves of this. We'll see. But I'm not 100% that I'll get it done by Sunday like I originally wanted to do. But again, does it really matter? Because I've been filming all this content and still have yet to record anything. So it's like I'm not behind on anything because I haven't posted anything to begin with. So it's like nobody's waiting on me. Anyway, so whenever I post it, it's new information. So like, I'm giving myself away now, but this is the deadline I had set for myself, is I wanted to get it done by, originally I wanted to get it done by Thursday, didn't get it done by Thursday. So I was like, yeah, I could at least do it in a week, because I'm like, a cardigan, I finish cardigans so easy. So I'm like, is the middle really making that big of a difference? But I feel like that's the only difference between a cardigan and a sweater, but whatever. Gotta work on the sleeves and then do the ribbing, and then I'll be done. And I'm excited to be done. That's what I really want, so I could wear it around the town and work on other things, because like, I really want to move on to my next project. And then I don't remember which clip I told you in about the yarn from Michaels, but the discounts are now working, vouchers are now working again, and it's like $12 if I order it. And I was literally buying Michaels today, but of course the one I was buying doesn't have the yarn in stock, so they don't sell it at all, because they're like out of stock. But I'm like, I've never seen the yarn in that Michaels, so like, I only saw it when I went to a completely different one. So I really want it, and it's like crazy because I'm like, I want it for a hat. And I'm like, I don't even, well, I have been wearing the hats I've made. I've actually been wearing them because it's been cold. So it's like, I guess I do wear hats now. Like, I didn't wear hats before, but I guess when you make it for yourself, you're gonna wear it. And I really want another bunny hat, but with longer ears. But like I said, I took apart the green one because I need the dark green yarn for flowers. So I'm like, maybe I should make it out of blue. But I don't know. I'm still debating because I have a lot of white and I have a lot of black, and I'm like, I could pair that with any color and then maybe that would look more appealing. But I'm like, it's for me, so as long as I like the 2 shades of blue together, should be fine. But we'll see what I do. So I didn't end up touching this pink yarn at all. I actually ended up finishing the sleeve because I was like, I got up to get something else and I was like, oh, well, I'm up. I'll grab the yarn. So I grabbed the yarn. Let's see, will this stay up? It shall. Okay, so this is my sleeve. I didn't count the rows, so I'll have to try tomorrow. Well, whenever I'm getting close with this arm. I added the cuff. I did 12 half double crochets in the back loop only to make my cuff, and I was doing decreases first I was starting with 2. I would do decreases in every 2 stitch, and then I started doing 3 because I was like, I want to be finished with this. And I'm glad that I did because it's still a roomy cuff, but yeah, so I think that the sleeve looks pretty good. I mean, good enough for a sleeve, I guess. So once I'm done with it, I think it's long enough. I'm like, my real concern is that it won't be long enough and then I'll be upset, and then I'll be like, if I had just spent the extra time, which is why I made sure to make the cuff long. I was like 12 to make up for the fact that I didn't want to keep crocheting more. But it's like every time I'm holding the tripod, I can see my wrist, like the amount that's above my watch, I can see that on my other wrist, and I'm like, it's all bunched up, so I'm like, it should be long enough. Like when I stretch my arm out, it is. So I'm like, hopefully when I steam it, it'll just be even longer. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm in my sweater. So yeah, I hope to finish the other sleeve. I would love to be able to do it tomorrow, but I don't know, with my homework and just not feeling all that great, if I'm really gonna do much. Especially because it's like 4 a.m. now, and it's like by the time I wake up, it's gonna be midday anyway. So it's like, how much can I really get done? So we'll see if there will be an update regarding the next sleeve. And then I think I'll do the same length cuff for the bottom. For here, I think I'm gonna do a very short one, maybe 3 or 4 chains. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 chains, just to make it a nice clean, or not clean, but more defined, like stylish looking part here, collar. So yeah, that's the update. Alright, so I wanted to give a little update because I'm getting worried. So this is my last skein of purple. Look how flimsy it is. I'm like, this is how much of the second sleeve I have done. The thing that I definitely know for a fact I can't do is I can't do the ribbing around the bottom. So I think I'll probably end up doing it in white, or I have Karen 1 pound in a similar color that I could use for the ribbing. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but while I sit here, I am a little bit worried that I won't be able to finish the sleeve. I think I can. At the same time, I'm like, will I? And this is surprising because I'm like, I thought 4 skeins of yarn, of acrylic yarn, plus 2 skeins of mohair. I'm just like, that's not enough to make a sweater. And I'm also like, I'm using half double crochets, and like my tension is relatively snug. I don't know if it's tight, but it's not loose. So I'm like, that's crazy, because I'm definitely not going to buy another skein of this purple yarn. I have no reason to. And plus, I have other projects I want to do. I actually started combining some yarns. I think I'm pretty sure it was Anaya Williams here on YouTube. Her video inspired me to want to combine black yarn with variegated colored yarn, which I think is the real reason why that yarn that I saw at Michael's like captured my eye and has been on my brain because of her video. But I realized that I still have some big twist. I forgot what the color is called, but it's one of the green party yarns. It's a yarn that they no longer make. I bought it when it was on clearance. I had a bunch of them. The original reason I bought them was to make these little fish keychains, but it kind of weighed down the fish just a bit. So I ended up being like, well, I don't feel like making those keychains with that yarn anymore. So I had to figure out what to do with all that yarn, because I was like, with one color, the blue one, I don't remember the name of it, I made a baby blanket, because it was 4, I think I had 4 skeins of that yarn. And then the green one, I have I really don't even know right now, because there's little cakes everywhere. There's one full skein that was untouched. There's a ball, because I was making a blanket with the pink and the green. One is called Jelly Bean. I think that's the pink one's called Jelly Bean. Can't remember what the green one's called right now. But I was making a blanket with the both of them, a granny square one, and like I got somewhat decently into it. It's funny because I started that one and then I made the baby blanket. And the baby blanket I made in one solid granny square versus, you know, with the granny stitch. And like, I just didn't like the 2 colors together, mostly because the pink one, it's not just pink. Like, if you go through a full skein of it, it's like pinkish pinks, then it's like pinks and purples, and it's like yellow and purple, then it goes back to pinks. So it's like full of a lot more colors than I anticipated just looking at the skein itself. So I ended up using that yarn, the pink one, the Jelly Bean one, to make hats, which are up on Etsy. Well, one is up on Etsy. I ended up making shorts, but I'm gonna undo them, redo them, remake them. And I used the second hat that I actually had because I ran out of yarn to finish making those pair of shorts. And then I also, I made a bathing suit top for my sister, and I also made a top for myself, which is mostly made out of the Karen 1 pound white or cream color. But then that Jelly Bean Big Twist Party yarn is like an accent color. It's like connecting. I made 2 big granny squares, and then like I used that yarn to connect it to the rest of the top, to the cups of the top. And it looks pretty cool. Not quite finished with that either, because I'm like, because I did that on vacation, so I didn't have a lot of that Jelly Bean yarn with me on vacation. So I just kind of string together the neck just to hold it up. But I think I want to do something a little bit more creative so that top and the shorts can like low-key be a set, since they both will have the same yarn in it. But I will see when I get down the road, because that is not an important project, as I don't really care about the shorts that much right now. I'm more excited about the other yarn that I have, and I want to make shorts out of that. I'm also so tempted to still buy that yarn from Michaels because the dusty color wasn't even the original one I saw, but I'm like, it looks so pretty. And then yeah, so with the green yarn today, I decided to pair it with the black Caron Simply Soft yarn because I have a whole bunch of that too. So I was like, oh, what if I just pair these two together? How would it look? And it looks pretty cool. I'm thinking about making a hat with it, but I'm not sure because it does, when you pair those two yarns together, it does make it chunky. So I'm using I think it's a 6-point-something millimeter hook to work with those. But when I started doing that, I was like, you know what? I really should be working on this sweater because if I just work on it and get it done, it'll be done. So that's what I'm trying to do. But now that I'm like working on it, I'm like, is there really enough yarn to do what I want to do? What I really hope is I just need there to be enough yarn to make this cuff on the sleeve. If I can get that, then I'm good. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if we're gonna get any have enough of this. Like even now I'm like, is it enough to finish the sleeve? Because I'm like, this is only half the sleeve. This is only up to my elbow. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like a little bit stressed out. Hold on. I'm gonna fold this in half and see. This is how much more I have to do. I'm just like, does this really look like that? Like, it's kind of a lot. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm really hoping. So I'll be back when the yarn's finished. Hopefully that means the sleeve's finished, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm here with the unfortunate update. Ran out of purple before I even finished the sleeve. So now I have a random white end of my sleeve, which it's like not what I envisioned, but the sleeves are the right length. So now I'm gonna continue to use this white to make the collar and the trimming at the bottom. Not what I originally wanted to do, but it has to be done. And then if I do run out of this white, I guess I won't be making those granny squares. Or if I do, I will use my Caron Simply Soft white because I have a bunch of those. So just flabbergasted that I have this. But I'm hoping once I add the collar and the trimming at the bottom, this will look more intentional and like avant-garde and like, oh wow, you know, so artsy. Okay, so I did the collar and it looks like I did it wrong. It looks too loose, like that looks weird. So I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't know if I'm gonna fix it tonight just because it felt like it took so long and I was just like, why is it taking so long just to do this? And for it to come out looking all loose, I was like, oh, okay, so I will definitely have to take it apart and redo it. But I'm not doing that right now because I'm tired. It is late. But I also want to do other things. Like, maybe when I decide to do the bottom ribbing, I'll fix this, but that's not right now. I'm gonna move on to something more interesting. I wouldn't say more fun. I want to get rid of these yarns because they've just been sitting on my bed because I'm like, if I move them off the bed, I'm never gonna feel motivated to make the little bow. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go eat. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. And then maybe the next update will actually have a fixed collar, because boy oh boy does this look weird. I'm like, it looked fine before, but now I'm like, ooh, look like you put a big melon head through it. No, just too many stitches. And also this looks fine. I just wish if I had known, I probably would have done bow sleeve or something. I'm just hoping with the bottom ribbing it will look like, oh yeah, because this, maybe it's because it's so loose and like weird looking that my brain is like, no, it doesn't look good. And also I did 3 chains upwards, so it's like 3 chains long, and since I'm gonna make it tighter, I'm gonna undo everything and make it 4 chains long, and hopefully that will make up for the extra yarn from like pulling it apart and making it a bit tighter. I just didn't want like to get too tight and then my head couldn't go in, but I didn't know it would be this loose. So yeah, that's the update for now. 1 white sleeve, like it looks good, but I'm like, is it all together? Does it look good? We'll have to wait and see. That was a pretty quick thing. This is the excess mohair, turned it into a little bow. I ended up just making 2 rectangles and just tying them around each other. I will probably make it more secure at a later time, but I'm thinking, yeah, nice little hair accessory. I hope. We'll see. And I put the look together. I also don't know what video this clip will be in, because I'm like, I've been talking about finishing this for across 2 different videos, but then I'm like gonna go back to the other video and like fix the skirt from that video. So I'm like, is this going in the purple sweater video? Because I literally just said that I was gonna work on this. So I'm like, maybe it'll be in that video, and then you'll just see the finished product in the other video. Hey, it is what it is. Life keeps turning. But yeah, got rid of this excess mohair that's been just laying around and causing me distress for how long now, with all its little fibers just going all over the place. So I'm glad I'm done with that. Will not be working on the rest of the sweater for the rest of the night. It is very late. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm probably gonna go to sleep. But if I have energy, I'm gonna fix my skirt. Will I record it? I doubt it. But that's only if I have energy to do it tonight. Guys, so this is the finished product. It's been, I will say it's been like months since I finished the sweater. Months, maybe. I finished it, I think I finished it in February. I think so. Yeah, I finished it in February and now it's April, so it's been months. As you can see, I kept the white cuff. Definitely not buy more. I did fix this collar. Fits like a breeze, I think. Yeah, I put it on the right way. And then you can also see I did the white ribbing at the bottom, which actually made it a little snug around the waist, but it's whatever. Like I said, I originally wanted it to be oversized. I have worn it like 2-3 times since I made it, so it's a comfortable fit. It's a nice sweater. I would definitely make one again, like in this raglan style, but I would get more yarn and accommodate for, you know, make sure I make the stitches to get the size that I want. Ugh. I'm like, oh, I can't deal with this hair. I'm like, I should go wash it and make it curly, because I straightened it. I immediately went to an event where I'd be sweating a lot, and so the roots were puffed up and sweaty, which is why I'm wearing a nice hello hat, just a camouflage. Oh, I also made this hat recently. That's gonna be in a video far down the line, because obviously I made this hat in April and it's in a video, but I guess you're getting a sneak peek at it since I just love it so much. I think I may have cut out the clips of me talking about wanting this yarn, but if I didn't, this is the yarn that I said that I think it's in this video actually. But because I'm editing it right now. So the yarn that I wanted from Michaels, I went back to that Michaels the other day to get other yarn, and I saw it in person. I did like this color more in person, and the one that I liked a lot online more than this one, I didn't like it as much in person. So I went with the OG pretty hat. I used the whole scheme to make the hat because I was like, I'm not, you know, taking a break. So yeah, this is a sweater. Man, I hope you guys can see it. Like, there's no, oh, my chair. There's no like really great way to show it. Oh, a great way to show it off. But yeah, pretty cute. And then this was made before I even started thinking about vlogging, but this is like I think this is the first cardigan I ever made. Obviously purple and white. This was made with a Karen 1 pound, the purple and the white one, and I put my initials in the pockets, and because of this cardigan I was able to get a custom order. So my very first custom order. So yeah, very excited about that. Well, I was excited about that. Was back in November, October. So yeah, I'm done with this video. So I hope I will see you guys in my next one. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at fluffy_fro. It'll be in the description. See you guys next time. Bye.